All right, it's right after 10 o'clock. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Power BI and Dynamics 365 webinar presented by Associate Solutions. Power BI is a tool that was released just about 2 years ago. Our staff here at ASI is super excited about this tool. It works across all products, so everybody here on this call can use Power BI. It's also available at a super reasonable cost. Let me introduce myself. I'm Rowan Sears. I'm the marketing manager here at ASI, and I am joined today by Alex Overlander, who is heading up all of the efforts learning about Power BI, and he's going to show you some really awesome features today. Just some quick housekeeping. Let's go ahead and, if I could have everybody put your phones on mute if you haven't already. If there are questions throughout the webinar, please put them in the chat box and we will get back to you as soon as we can. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn it on over to Alex, and he is going to tell you more about Power BI.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Overlander from Associate Solutions. I'm going to be talking to you about Power BI today and how it integrates with a lot of different systems both inside the Microsoft Suite and outside the Microsoft Suite, such as Dynamics 365, Dynamics GP, and Dynamics SL. I appreciate everyone who joined us today. When this webinar is over, we will be posting it on our YouTube page, so if you know someone who wasn't able to attend, or if you just want to watch it again, you'll be able to find it there. The first thing I want to cover is what is Power BI, then I'll get into very quickly how it works within Dynamics 365. Power BI has many different connectors, but I'm not going to go into detail on every single one of them. The ones that get used the most are Excel and SQL Server connections. I will show you shortly how to connect to an Excel spreadsheet and create a quick report. Then I'll show you how Power BI works within Dynamics 365. The BI part of Power BI stands for Business Intelligence. And what it really is a collection of online services that permit you to visualize data from multiple platforms. The uncommon piece of Power BI is the ability to connect data from multiple different systems and bring them together into one dashboard and at a reasonable price point of $10 per user per month. Once those dashboards are shared online, you will be able to access them from the internet from any device that has internet connection. So if you have a smartphone or a tablet, you'll be able to access those dashboards that you publish to Power BI. We will go through in not very technical detail how Power BI connects to Excel files and how it connects to Dynamics 365. I'm going to create a quick report page to show you how to make one and then show you how to publish it up to the Power BI service. Along the way, if anybody has any questions, you can just type it in the chat menu and we'll get to them. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into a demo now. First thing we'll need to know is the location of our file, and just for demo's sake, I've placed a sample Excel spreadsheet on my desktop. So since we know that, what I'm going to do is click Get Data. And before I select Excel, I just want to show you this list of all the different connectors that Power BI has built in. You can see it's quite an expansive list, and they're adding new stuff about every other week. As I mentioned before, SQL Server Database is the other common connector that we use, and it's very easy to connect to a SQL Server database. All you need to know is the server name, the database name, and a user who has permission to access the tables that you need to get the data from. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and connect to my Excel database. I'm going to select Excel, select Connect, and it's this wingtip sales. It's just a sample spreadsheet I created. I'm going to click Open. Power BI creates that connection and brings in the data, and it gives you an option of what you want to bring in. This top option is always what I select because it brings in the headers. And whenever you do select it, if you see on the right side, we have a preview of the data we're going to bring in. Once we've confirmed that that's what we want to bring in, we click Load. Power BI creates the model, the relationships, and the connection to that Excel spreadsheet. And once it's finished, you'll see over here on the right side all the different columns that Power BI has brought in from our Excel file. So what I want to do now is just create a quick report. So I'm going to just hit a check mark next to fiscal year and sales revenue. And you can see Power BI automatically created a table because Power BI tries to figure out the best way to present this data, and it thought that the best way to present it would be in a table. We want to change that to a line chart, so just have that visualization selected. Come over here and we click Line Chart. Now you can see this is a very basic line chart that just shows sales revenue by fiscal year. We want to see how this breaks apart by category, so I'm going to take Category and move it down to Legend. Now you can see it's broken apart by the different categories: action figures, arts and crafts, remote control vehicles, and so on. So now that's our first visualization. It was very quick and easy to make. I'm going to create a quick second one. What it's going to be is category and subcategory. So again, just come over here and I'm going to hit a check mark next to category, check mark next to subcategory. And you can see Power BI again, put it into a table. And now we want this to be a little more clear on what we're trying to present. So I'm going to change it from a table to a matrix view. You see it's a little bit clearer. Instead of action figures and the different categories being repeated, it just shows one action figure for each subcategory. So one category for each subcategory. So right now that doesn't mean very much to us. I'm going to add sales revenue to the values. You can see it adds a new column of sales revenue and it keeps the totals by each category and subcategory. And there is also a total at the very end for total of everything. So we created our second visualization. Let's create our third visualization. I'm going to take sales region and sales revenue. So again, we'll come over here, select check mark next to sales region, select check mark next to sales revenue. Again, Power BI put it in a table. We want to switch that to a bar chart. I'm just going to make this take up the rest of my report page. You can see now we have sales revenue broken apart by sales region. We want to see that broken apart a little bit more. So I'm going to take category, drag it into our legend field. Now you can see it's again broken apart by categories, action figures, arts and crafts, and remote control vehicles. Now my favorite part of Power BI is the interactivity inside of the report. So say you're a salesperson in the central region and you want to see how action figures have sold in the central region. To do that, what you do is you come over here and you click on this bar. So we see action figures is green, and we want to see it in the central region. Whenever we click on that, Power BI then filters out the rest of the page to only show sales from that region. So we can see we did a total of about 2 million sales in the central region alone. Now you can do that for each little piece in here, so Easter region, action figures, and it will filter out the entire report page. And to get back to show everything again, we just click on it again, and now we have shown everything. Once you create your report and it's looking how you want it, so you share it with other users, so this is how we want it right here. We're going to come up here at the top and click Publish. And it's going to ask you, would you like to save your changes? We're going to click Save. I'm just going to name it Alex. Click Save. So now it's saved. So Power BI, once you save it, it will ask you to sign in to your Power BI account. It didn't ask me because I've already done this a couple times before. So you'll enter your Power BI email and password, and then this page right here will come up asking you which destination or workspace you would like to save it to. And these are Office 365 workspaces for anybody who is familiar with those. I'm going to choose Webinar and click Select. Now you can see Power BI is publishing that Alex report to the Power BI service. And once it's done publishing, we're going to go ahead and check that out in the service. So you can see we have success. It's successfully published. So we're going to open it up inside of Power BI. So you can see now we have it opened up in Power BI. And if you look over here in our reports, that's where it got published to. So we have a report called Alex, and these are now published. And to share these with other users in your organization, we'll have to create this into a dashboard. So to do that, if you notice, whenever I hover over a visualization, we have this thumbtack icon that says Pin Visual. We're going to click on that, and it's going to ask us, would you like to pin it to an existing or a new dashboard? We're going to just put on a new dashboard. I'm going to call this one Alex. Make it simple. We're going to pin it. So I'm going to do that to these three visualizations right here. Pin. And pin. All right, so you see up here the visualization has been pinned to the dashboard. Now we want to go to the dashboard and just take a look at it. So like I said, this is a very basic dashboard thrown together in about 5 minutes. And now this is the part that we will be sharing with other users. And to share it with other users is very simple. If you come over here and look in your list of dashboards, you'll see I have the new one called Alex. If you come over here and hit the ellipses, there's a button that says Share. And all you have to do is come over here and type out the email of people in your organization. So I'm going to go ahead and share it with Charlie. I'm going to share it with Rowan. And we're going to click Share. And so now here in the next couple minutes, they should be getting a message in their inbox that says a new Power BI dashboard has been shared with you, and it will have a link where they can open this up on their own internet browser. Now you've seen how to create and share dashboards in Power BI. I just want to quickly go over how Dynamics 365 works with Power BI. So if you notice, I have 4 dashboards over here. They're all for Dynamics 365 for financials. These are dashboards that Microsoft has made themselves, where you just plug in your URL and it will automatically create these. So how you would do that, whenever you open up Power BI online, you're going to come down here to Get Data. You're going to click Services and say Get. And in here, if you'll notice, before I go to the Dynamics 365 part, these are all the different service packs that Power BI has made. So any of these, if you have any of these, like app figures, there's already pre-made dashboards that you just have to plug in your URL. So we want to take a look at Dynamics 365, so I'm just going to type in Dynamics. And you can see Dynamics 365 for financials, job list reports, just the standard for financials. We got CRM. We have the customers list, the purchase invoice list, the sales order list. I just want to show you how easy it is to create these dashboards. So whenever you see one that you like, we're going to click Get Data. It's going to load up a few things. And right here, all you'll need to know is the URL for your Dynamics 365 client and a user who has access to the data that you wish to view in the dashboard. And I don't have my URL readily available, but as you can see, there's already a sample one in here. So your URL will look close to that. You're just going to copy and paste it in here, click Next, and enter that user that has permissions to the data, and then you're going to click Finish, and then Power BI will create these dashboards for you. As you can see, there's quite a few of them. There's a lot of cool things it can do. And again, so these are just the dashboards. If you want a more in-depth view, we come in here, so we want to look more into this. Let's click on it, and it'll take us down to the report view. And here's where we can start filtering out all the different information by date. If you come down here, there's another one by date. But down here is just like Excel. If you notice, there's different tabs. And it's just like Excel. If you want to change the name of one, you just double click on it and change the name. All right, and I'm handing it back to Rowan.
All right, thanks, Alex, for that useful information over Power BI. All of us at Associate Solutions are very, very excited for this new product. They've worked across all products. It's at a reasonable cost. So at the end of the webinar, at the end of the day, excuse me, there will be an email going out to everyone that attended with a link for a free trial of Power BI for up to 25 users. So be on the lookout for that. Also be on the lookout for the webinar recording on our YouTube channel, and please check out our website for more information. So on behalf of all of us at Associate Solutions, thank you so much for attending today's webinar.
Thank you. Good. You good.